Ladies and gentlemen, there's definitely not going to be anytime soon at Stamford Bridge. I know a lot of you guys are very happy about it. Look, I did dream of Cristiano Ronaldo being at Stamford Bridge, being at Chelsea Football Club, but it is what it is. I understand it. I understand
All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin.
All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. Lots to talk about. The day started off with Cristiano Ronaldo news. It's been clarified and it's broadly out there, with a loud sort of volume that Thomas Tuchel doesn't want Cristiano Ronaldo. So we'll talk about that. Then there's a little bit to talk about Levi Colwill. Obviously, we did that live stream earlier today. If you've missed out, please check it out. There's a lot of discussion about Levi Colwill that I had, and I've picked up some of the comments from the live chat as well. Do check that out, where we came to a bit of a scenario for Levi Colwill, but we'll touch on that a little bit. There's some news about Kimpembe. Looks like this could be the next. Here we go. The party continues. This is mad. Todd Bowley ain't messing about. Thomas Tuchel ain't messing about. We of course next season. It's not. I suppose expected for us to compete for the title, but give it a good shake-up. Why not? Obviously we want to make at least minimum expectation is to make top four, but if we can at least give the top guys a bit of a go, why not? And it looks like we're shaping up to be like that. And obviously some Koulibaly news, which is he's going to be a Chelsea player. We already know that, but medical tests have been passed. He's off to LA. We're probably looking at a announcement sometime tomorrow, much like the Raheem Sterling situation. So we're going to talk about all of this. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, it starts off from the Cristiano Ronaldo situation. Chelsea have decided against a bid for Cristiano Ronaldo and will not be signing him this summer. Now, look, I hear a lot of you guys. There's probably a lot of cons, but for me, the pros were quite significant, and that's why I was advocating for this particular player. In terms of a goal scorer, this guy, he's going to be clinical. His finishing is sublime. His character, his that winning mentality, that leader sort of crazy mentality. I thought it's something that would be great for the dressing room. The youngsters would get a lot out of it, but there are cons. He's 37. He's still fit as a monster. But I can understand maybe everything that Thomas Tuchel wants from a tactical point of view, from his forward players in terms of the amount of running and amount of closing down players. That could be a bit detrimental. I still think if there's a solid structure and proper instruction given to Ronaldo as to what needs to be done up front and what is expected of him, I think he can still execute that. The biggest issue at Man United was there was no structure. Hence, it looked like Ronaldo's the one that's not pulling his weight, but I don't think that's the case. Tuchel is understood to want the focus to be on the team rather than an individual, and has therefore backed away from Ronaldo. It would have also taken attention off the signing of Raheem Sterling, who is seen as a marquee signing. I love the way how Matt Law started off by saying, once the team to be the focus and not the individual, but then goes on to say it will take the focus off Raheem Sterling because he's the marquee signing. I mean, at the end of aren't you not focusing on an individual? Look, it is what it is. I understand it. I get it. This particular notion I first heard from Maurizio Sarri when he was our manager. One of his biggest, I suppose, motive in his philosophy is that individuals are just a part of the they're a complementary part of the philosophy of the team. He was a massive believer of the team is the focus and individuals complement the team to get the best out of the situation. So completely understand what Thomas Tuchel is saying. Doesn't want to focus on a particular individual and make them the limelight of everything, the focus of everything, the existence of the team. He wants the team to operate as a holistic point of view, as opposed to everything channeling towards Ronaldo. So look, Understandable, absolutely understandable. Talks for sporting director continue, and they hope to have someone appointed within plenty of time for the January transfer window. Yeah, look, no need to rush in these sort of things. The way we've sort of taken our time with the Ronaldo situation as well. I think Thomas Tuchel in recent times in Sky Sports, where they've come up with the news that he's still not ruling out a player up front, but it's just not Ronaldo. So I like the fact that they're taking time in making key decisions. And then whenever we need to move in quick, we're doing that as well with the likes of Koulibaly and whatnot, especially defenders. We need defenders and we're moving in quick. So similarly with the sporting director, take your time. These things should not be looked upon quickly. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let me know how you feel about Cristiano Ronaldo. I know I've done a couple of polls, and the polls suggest that there was a lot of people that wanted Cristiano Ronaldo at Stamford Bridge at Chelsea Football Club for the I suppose, the excitement of it, from a business standpoint, from the charismatic figure coming to Chelsea Football Club, one of the most sensational footballers within our generation that we've ever seen coming to Chelsea Football Club. That would have been a massive deal. But let me know how you guys feel. I know there's a lot of you guys that have legitimate reasons as to why you didn't want Cristiano Ronaldo. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, I want to touch a little bit on Levi Colwill. As I said, we did a live stream less than 12 hours ago. Go check that out, where we spoke a lot about Levi Colwill. Ben Jacobs came up with a big thread about it. I'm not going to go through the entire thread. Ben Jacobs is becoming a bit of a cult figure in Twitter for these threads. They're very well detailed and they're very great. The bottom line in this particular thread, what he talks about is, look, Levi Colwill doesn't want to leave permanently. This isn't a news that the content makers are putting out there. This was a news that came from Fabrizio Romano, who stated that he was thinking about leaving permanently. But since then, Simon Phillips, Ben Jacobs, and many other people that are very close to Chelsea Football Club has come out and said, that's not true. He doesn't want to leave permanently, but he does want assurance and he does want a fair go. Now, this is what I want to talk about. And it further goes on to say, look, a loan isn't always the easiest thing for a particular player. It's moving houses, staying away from family, X, Y, Z. Look, I completely understand. There is a human element that comes into play, and it wouldn't be easy. But at the same time, if you want Chelsea Football Club badly, you'd make any sort of sacrifice to make it happen. So that's my point. In regards to this whole Levi Colwill situation, all I'm going to say is that we have to look at from all the perspective, all the different stakeholders. From Thomas Tuchel's point of view, how much would he know Levi Colwill? Look at the way Thomas Tuchel's going after Nathan Ake. It's probably because he's seen Nathan Ake a lot. He wanted him since from Dortmund days. So there's a personal, I suppose, feeling towards Nathan Ake. What does he want Presnel Kimpembe? He's worked with Presnel Kimpembe, knows exactly what is required from a tactical point of view, from a attitude point of view, what type of a player he's going to be on and off the field. He knows him. There's a character check reference. In regards to Levi Colwill, yes, he's gone out on a loan. He might have got some reports, but he doesn't know him as a character. So some people might say, how much would he know Nathan Ake from that regards? Maybe not personally, but it looks like someone he was interested in, kept a tab on for this particular player. So from that perspective, you can understand Thomas Tuchel. We may sit here and say, look, Levi Colwill is the real deal. Thomas, you need to give him a go. But from Thomas Tuchel's point of view, he might be thinking, no, I don't know too much about it. I need him to impress me first in order to change my decision. So that's Thomas Tuchel's perspective. The other perspective is Thomas Tuchel hasn't been hired to make sure how many graduates are coming to. Yes, that is one of his, I suppose, prerogatives. But bottom line, his biggest intention is to win trophies, is to ensure that Chelsea Football Club's competitive. We've got a lot of academy players in our team. Look at some of the top teams in the Premier League and tell me how many academy players they've got. We've got Callum Hudson-Odoi, Mason Mount, Reece James, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Chalobah, and many more last season, Harvey Vale and the likes. They were part of the first squad. So it's not like Thomas Tuchel doesn't do that. But in defense, I think Thomas Tuchel at the time being does not want to take any risk. He wants tried and tested, experienced players. That's why he's going for players like Koulibaly. He's going for Kimpembe, Nathan Ake. Nathan Ake could be a tactical scenario as well, where he could possibly play in midfield at times as a defensive midfielder. I think there could be some sort of a tactical flexibility there with Nathan Ake that he sees, versatility as well. So, look, Levi Colwill, you're 19. You've got 2025 contract till 2025 with Chelsea Football Club. Life isn't over yet for you, my man. If you want Chelsea Football Club, it's in your own best interest to go out on a loan, have a very good loan season in the Premier League. You've got interest in the Premier League, so go out on a loan, do well, and you never know what could be the scenario in a season's time. A lot of things change, man. Thiago Silva possibly moving on. You should probably look into how to play as a centre CB, not just as a LCB, if we continue with the back three. And fine-tune your skills a lot more. Give yourself that opportunity. Injuries could happen to some of our players, and you could potentially have a chance next season. So look, there's lots of things that can happen, and Levi Colwill should not disregard any of that. Leaving on a permanent, which was obviously commented by Fabrizio Romano, which seems like it's not true, it shouldn't be an option. You shouldn't think about leaving Chelsea Football Club on a permanent. And what type of money that you want to make. Apparently, players like Tino Livramento, who've left Chelsea Football Club to go to Southampton, are not on the greatest income anyway. They're on like something around 7K a week. This is what was said to me in the live chat when we did that stream. So, leaving Chelsea Football Club, let's say, to make a hell of a lot of money, you're not even going to make that. So you might as well stick it out, and you could potentially land a big contract with Chelsea Football Club if you do well. So it should be in your best interest to really step up and relish this moment, to showcase and give something to Thomas Tuchel to think about. So, look, I'd take it as a challenge, and as a 19-year-old, why not? Why would you want to run away from a challenge? All right, next up, ladies and gentlemen, Thomas Tuchel and Presnel Kimpembe have had contact. Tuchel has explained the Chelsea project. This is coming from a very well-known, I think he's Spanish, isn't he? Santiago. Oh, no, I could be wrong. Maybe a French. I think he's Spanish. So anyway, I've seen his name around 100.2K followers, so quite well known out there. Look, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to happen. I feel like this will be our next Here We Go. I'm all up for this. I've always advocated for Presnel Kimpembe, Koulibaly, Presnel Kimpembe. That's why I didn't really advocate too much for Nathan Ake, but I think Nathan Ake, Thomas Tuchel personally likes this player. And as I said, there could be something there in terms of tactical flexibility and versatility. Presnel Kimpembe in the LCB, monster, absolute monster. Some of his best times came under Thomas Tuchel. So I'm all okay for that. And maybe Thomas Tuchel setting up for the future. Players like Thiago Silva, how long they're going to stay around. Azpilicueta is moving on as well. So we've already got Rudiger, Christensen, Azpilicueta most likely going to Barcelona. But yeah, I guess the question is, that many left-sided player? Because Koulibaly, potentially his best times have been in the left side, although internationally Koulibaly has played on the right side. That's why someone like Jules Koundé made a lot of sense. But the Jules Koundé situation has been dead and buried. He's going to go to Barcelona. We're not interested. Look, I'm backing Thomas Tuchel. Do what you feel is right for the team and what you think is going to get the best out of it, because that's the best way to judge it. Because if it doesn't work out, you're accountable for it, my man. So, Presnel Kimpembe, ladies and gentlemen, will be most likely our next Here We Go. Very excited. Let me know how you guys feel about Presnel Kimpembe, and I suppose the whole tying that situation with Levi Colwill. Do you feel it was unnecessary? I personally feel, look, Thomas Tuchel probably wants a lot of experience in the back line, and he doesn't want to mess around for those positions. Koulibaly has passed his medical. He's about to sign the Chelsea contract and then fly out to USA, where he could make his debut next Wednesday versus Charlotte. Fantastic. There's no way, do you know what I mean? Like, he was going to fail the medical. He's one of the most fittest. He's probably in the same caliber of Thiago Silva. And there are some other information that he's passed. Look at this one. Napoli defender Kalidou Koulibaly has passed his Chelsea medical with flying colours, and he's set to fly out to join his new teammates in America. This is from Sports Italia. Kalidou Koulibaly signs his contract as new Chelsea player following the main part of the medical test already completed today. Official statement pending. I think it'll be similar to the Sterling situation. He's passed his medical, he's signed his contract, now he's off to LA. the team is going to get another buzz, like you haven't got a buzz already with Raheem Sterling. You're about to get another buzz with Kalidou Koulibaly, Mendy, Jorginho. They're going to love seeing, their teammate back. Obviously, Jorginho looks like there was a bit of a chemistry between them in Napoli. So that's great scenario for Jorginho, and also Mendy, his countryman. Great. It'll be great to see them link up. So look, it'll be similar to, I think, Raheem Sterling's situation, and I can't wait for this to happen. And I'm so glad that we've got two players in during the preseason, which is going to be fantastic for the build-up to the start of the Premier League season. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap things up with this news. And look, so far, everything that's been happening in the transfer window, I think it's probably bang on. Everything that Thomas Tuchel and Todd Boehly are doing is probably what is necessary for the team. This is the latest in regards to right wing-back. Chelsea will also look at adding a right wing-back to the squad to cover for Reece James. Very much needed. I want to further showcase to you this news. Tuchel's interest in Rafinha was with a view of him also offering right wing-back cover. This wasn't fake. Rafinha was looked at as a right wing-back cover. Look, now some of you guys might be laughing at that. Rafinha as a right wing-back. You guys have to tactically understand. Under Thomas Tuchel, the right wing-back is literally a right winger, because the right wing-back with the ball I'm talking about takes up positions far wide right side player, and similarly with the left side. This is why Hakim Ziyech at times played as a right wing-back later on in the last season, I think during January, February month before he got injured again. This is why Callum Hudson-Odoi was playing as a right wing-back, because it's utilized more as a right winger, as opposed to someone who's defensively solid. The wing-backs position, both the right side and left side, are crucial to Thomas Tuchel's back three. They are the creative hub. They are also goal-scoring monsters too. It's not a surprise that both Reece James and Chilwell were getting a lot of goals and assists as well. So look, that particular player, yes, defensively has to be strong as well, because without the ball, you've got to drop in and create that, fifth option in defense and cover for those defenders and making sure that there is no gaps in between the line for the opposition. I completely get that. But Chelsea Football Club, you're going to have to attack. So you do need it to be a very good attacker. This is why sometimes Azpilicueta didn't work out. You need that particular player to be robust, to be able to go up and down. Lots of energy, lots of intensity, and that creative hub. And also definitely have that defensive know-how too. So look, the crazy part is, I want to showcase to you in here is, this is what's going to do your head in a little bit. The Guardian, however, says Thomas Tuchel wants the next forward signing to be able to play wing-back. Look, for me, understandable. Players like Gnabry has played wing-back at Bayern Munich under Nagelsmann. So modern-day footballers, they're going to have to adapt massively. But this is what annoys me. Check this out. Matt Law last summer said Tuchel was considering Adama and Hoffman for this role. Be interesting to see if those two come back up. Hoffman scored against England not that long ago. Look, Adama Traore. I don't want this name to go. I was joking about it, a few days ago, saying any time now we're going to see Adama Traore. Look, who do you want on the right side? I'm going to leave it to you guys to give me some names. I said recently Serginho Dest. He's young. There's a lot of room for improvement. Lots of things you can still get him to develop. Attacking wise, he's fantastic, and defensively, there's a lot to learn. But he could deputise Reece James. So for me, that's one of the options on the right side. Off the top of my head, I can't really think of any other right-sided ones. There's plenty on the left side, of course. Obviously, David Rom from Germany, but I think MSN might stick around for the left side for Chilwell. But ladies and gentlemen, you let me know who you think is a contender on the right side. Jonathan Klaus is someone we've been linked with as well recently, but I think he's moving to Marseille. So look out for that. But it's interesting. I do want cover for Reece James, because at the end of the day, Reece James, he is getting injured quite a lot by playing right wing back. And Thomas Tuchel said maybe it could be a bit too demanding on his body, and at times you're going to see him play as a right RCB. Ladies and gentlemen, hope you guys have enjoyed this. Let me know everything you feel about the whole Ronaldo situation, Levi Colwill situation, Kimpembe, and of course the right wing back. Smash the like button if you're here for the first time. Subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Until next time, see you.